One team we haven't talked about a lot recently in recent years is down in San Antonio. We haven't talked a ton about the Burbank Bulldogs. They've been on a tough stretch recently, but that seems to be changing. And here to talk about his Bulldogs is the head coach of San Antonio Burbank. We're joined by head coach Mark Perez. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining us. I know you guys are off to a fantastic start in district play. You guys are 3-0 in district play. What has been the difference this year that's caused you guys to get off to a hot start in district?
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I could tell you that it was it's just something that just happened off the whim. But it's been a process. These kids that we have this year, their competitive character. They've stuck. They stuck with us. We played 17 of these seniors as sophomores. 13 of these juniors, we played them as sophomores, as well as 3 freshmen. When the juniors, with the 3 of them, we played them as freshmen as well. So, we took our licks over the years, and these kids just, they bought into the program. They continue to work hard and put that working cap on and came back to practice and worked and off season and grinded. And so it's paying off now. It's paying off, and they're getting to see the fruits of their labor.
I want to ask you about last year, not to bring up a sore subject. You guys go 1-9 last year, and things seem kind of stuck in neutral. Things are going to get going. From your perspective as a coach, how do you keep those kids motivated? How do you keep them working, knowing full well that that if they keep working, that good things will come? But I imagine that you can only say that a certain kind of way without actually seeing the results. What's been your message to your kids kind of over this journey to get back to kind of winning ways?
Well, when I took over Burbank, I knew what I was getting myself into. I've been a part of the program before. Under Mike Jinks. Mike brought me up. I was a middle school coach, and he brought me up to bring my kids. I was at the feeder school, Loeb Middle School, and just trying to get the number. We always knew we had good kids. Just trying to keep them throughout the years. Of the program. Some of these kids they choose to work. They choose other paths, and it's just trying to keep them on the path that we see that we believe is right, and this group of kids have stuck with it. When I first got here, I was 0-10, and next year we make the playoffs. The following year we're a couple seconds away from being playoffs 2 years in a row, and then my staff never thought we'd be 0-10 again after that group of kids that we lost, and it's very humbling, but I've learned a lot from these kids. I've learned a lot. I've learned patience. I've learned to build the relationships with these kids, and my surrounding them with good coaches, good men is I guess the most important thing. These kids love coming to practice, and the coaches, they can do this anywhere, and they choose to do it here at Burbank High School, and I couldn't ask for anything better than these men that come to work every day and grind, for our kids and our community.
It's a great story. You guys off to a hot 3-0 start. I want to ask you: is the vibe at practice different? Because I imagine that there's a little bit more pep in their step because with a 3-2 record as opposed to kind of past years where you guys have struggled.
Yeah, it definitely. That's definitely obvious. The kids they're dancing a little bit more. They're dancing a little bit more. It's great to see that. I always told them, you try to think of something to say after a loss, but when you get 9 of them, it just puts your mind in different places that some coaches will never understand. And I tell these kids that, hey, we're almost there. We're almost top of the mountain, and when we look over, it's going to be beautiful, and they believed it. They believe in it. They now they see it, and they're smiling a little bit better, a little bit they're higher, and it's just it's good to see these kids and the community supporting us and rallying around us.
We're talking with Mark Perez, the head coach of the San Antonio Burbank Bulldogs here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag TF Today. Coach, you are our 5A iCoach Inspirational Coach of the Week, and a big reason why is because of not just your win on Friday night over Jefferson, but you go back a couple of weeks, and you guys take down San Antonio Highlands, the team that was the district co-champs a year ago. I'm going to be honest, our computer projection had you guys as 32-point underdogs, and you guys come out and win this game 35-32. Can you describe the scene after the game, after you guys take down Highlands? Because that was a pretty considerable upset.
And it was a shock to a lot of people. But like I said, going back, and I'm a humble man. But last year we had them 7-0 at halftime. 7-0 at halftime, and fourth quarter they got away from us in the fourth quarter last year, and we knew they had a coaching change. They lost Coach Morales, and he goes to Holmes, and Coach Wilkes has done a great job stepping in and continuing where Coach Morales left off. And we knew they lost a couple of players, some good athletes, but they have the Palomo at running back, and we were still able to do what we did last year against them. So we brought everybody back. We lost 5 kids last year, 5 seniors. Great kids. They just, but we knew that we were going to be able to compete with the Highlands and the rest of the team. We played for week 1. We played Pearsall. Pearsall is still undefeated. We played Moody, which Moody's, he's done a great job. Coach has done a great job with those guys down there in Corpus, and our kids being able to see that we can move the ball, can hold the team out of the end zone. It was good to see that coming into preseason, coming into district, play.
I want to ask you about your quarterback, but I'm afraid I'm going to mispronounce his last name. It's Julian Bassel. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's it. Almost there. Julian Bassel.
I will take pretty close. He has been a real star for you guys, a real find for you. A guy who's already thrown for 12 touchdowns, run for another 3. What can you tell us about this young man?
Well, Julian's a great young man. He last year we started Jason. Jason Burial came off the bench last year. He was our free safety, and when our quarterback got hurt, Guzman was our number 1 quarterback. He got hurt and missed his whole junior year. So this year, during spring, I knew we had to look to the future and had to start getting someone ready. And in spring ball, Julian just his leadership and his ability to understand our offense and perform at practice was just above everyone else, and then seeing him on 7-on-7 during the summer and develop that his character leading the kids, and his leadership out there. I think that a lot of that has to do with his his home, his background. His father's military, his family's really involved with him and his efforts, and I can't say enough good things about Julian and his family. They're real involved in our program as well. So seeing that on the field, it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. I'm very fortunate to have them.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, you guys, last year the defense gave up 32 points a game. You guys are significantly better than that this year, and the biggest reason why has been turnovers. You guys have forced a ton. I think I counted up, is it 15 turnovers? Something like that. It's been some.
I believe so.
It's been some kind of crazy number. What's been the difference defensively this year?
Well, we let a couple go through our hands this week, so I was pretty upset about that. But
Coach, come on, you can't get greedy now.
No, you can't. But we've got some. I've got a great defensive coordinator, Ben Benavides, who's been my right hand man since we started this program, and we've got 10 kids, 10 seniors on the defense. They all played a crucial role last year. And we brought them back. We lost 2 defensive ends last year. We started defensive end. Everybody else is back. So, we knew we were going to be able to keep some people out of the end zone this year. It just, still got a lot of things to grow on. Trying to get some of these younger guys some reps so that that they have a little bit of experience going into next year, and being here at Burbank, we got a couple kids playing both sides of the ball, so we try to take them off the field when we can and get these younger guys some reps. I think that's going to be the key for the rest of the year to keep being successful.
Coach, I know you're busy, but I want to ask you before we let you go about Thursday night. You're 3-2, you're 3-0 in district play. Got a game this Thursday night at 7:00 against Sam Houston, a team that maybe a bit of an ugly record there at 1-3, but or 1-4 rather. But they've got a better record. They're probably better than their record indicates. I don't want to ask you to give away your game plan, but when you meet San Houston on Thursday night at Alamo Stadium, what are you expecting to see?
Well, at any time, any of those kids they're so explosive. I mean, they're. Coach Schultz has done a good job in disciplining those kids, and I see a better student athlete on the football field. And saying that, you just never know what play that they can go 80, 90 yards, so they're hard to defend in that aspect. They have athletes. They have athletes. We got to hustle to the ball. We got to play smart, and we got to play physical. Play physical. That's one of the things we got to do, because we saw them play Somerset. They put some points up on Somerset, and they've been up and down. So that team is capable of winning some big ball games.
He is Mark Perez. He's the head coach of the San Antonio Burbank Bulldogs, off to a hot start to start District 28 5A play. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on your great start, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for doing what you do, guys. Y'all take care. God bless.
Take care. There he goes. Mark Perez, the head coach of the Burbank Bulldogs. That was the turning point, that Highlands win, because I'm serious. I'm looking at our computer projections. They were 32-point dogs, and they win 35-32.
Pretty good.
And I'll tell you, I don't want to spoil this because I want you to log in to TexasFootball.com/insider to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider. But I'm looking at their computer projections for the rest of the way. Guess what? Favored in all of them? Nice. Favored the rest of their games. Now, some of them are close.
Yeah.
Right? This game against Sam Houston, I really do believe, really and truly, Sam Houston's better than their record indicates. They are better than their record indicates. They've still got Brackenridge on the schedule. They still got Memorial on the schedule. But you know what? This team is rolling right now, and things are looking up. And for a team that that's got one playoff appearance in the last 30-something years, things are trending very much upward. And so really feel good for the orange and white down there. Feel good for Coach Mark Perez. They're off to a great start. Great start so far. So we appreciate him taking a little bit of time to talk with us.